Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's vlog. Here to talk about this week's Week 7's Game of the Week. Number 9 TCU at number 5 Baylor. Now there was a lot of great SEC matchups this week, but I decided to go with this Big 12 matchup because this game pretty much indicates who will win the Big 12 championship, and this is just my opinion. We still have plenty of season left, but I believe that the winner of this particular game should win the Big 12 championship outright, particularly for TCU if they win this matchup, because last week they beat Oklahoma, and looking at their schedule, they have a pretty favorable schedule. They still have to worry about Oklahoma State and Kansas State if they win this particular matchup, but first they have to look out for the Baylor Bears. I think this is going to be a great match for you guys to watch. Now I'm here to give you the keys to victory for both these two teams. Start with TCU. I think they need to continue to evolve Trevone Boykin. He's actually having a great season, passing as well as running the football, leading the team in rushing with 260 yards on the ground, 5 yards per carry, to go along with 10 touchdown passes to just 2 interceptions. Great job by Coach Gary Patterson. Decided to change the offense. Yes, he is a defensive-minded coach, but decided to finally go with a new direction on the offense and spread that offense, utilizing Trevone Boykin's skills, not only throwing the football as well, but also running the football. Like I said, he is leading the team in rushing. Second, for TCU, they each need to stick with their high-tempo offense and run their plays extremely fast, just like Baylor, just to keep up in Baylor and put them off guard. But by doing that, this can put Baylor in the corner to put them in an uncomfortable situation in which, instead of running with a 5-pass offense that the Baylor Bears have on the offensive side, they probably have to make a decision to slow down their offense. And if they slow down their offense, that gives their defense for TCU a better opportunity to make big plays and put them and startle on Baylor's offense. I think this is going to be a very key thing for TCU in order to win this game. And last but not least, for the defensive side, turnovers. This is going to be very key for this matchup. If Bryce Petty and company for the Baylor Bears play flawlessly without any turnovers in this matchup, I really think they should have an excellent opportunity to win this game. So turnovers is going to be very key, and very key important turnovers that can even cause game changers in this matchup. So those are the keys for TCU. Heading over to Baylor, they're going to have to run the ball effectively, meaning their yards per carry. Now, last week against Oklahoma running back Shamaj Perine did rush for 3 rushing touchdowns, but averaged just 3.5 yards per carry. He definitely struggled running the football, which means Shock Linwood and Johnny Jefferson, the freshmen for the Baylor Bears, the running backs, I think this is going to be very key. They're going to have to run the football effectively as far as the yards per carry to help spread that offense and open up better lanes for passing attacks for Bryce Petty in order to throw to his receivers. Secondly, they're going to have to balance their offense very well, running the football as well as throwing the football, and change things up. I think even there's going to be times where Bryce Petty is going to have to try to duck in his shoulder and use a read option play and use Bryce Petty as a running quarterback. Yes, he is not a fast quarterback, but just to catch TCU off guard. They're going to have to balance that offense a little bit and change their schemes up to keep the defense off guard as best way as possible. That's just my personal opinion. And sticking with the offensive side, a third tip for offense, they're going to have to use all of the players. Every single player. Bryce Petty has to use all of his weapons just to keep TCU from respecting their entire offense. That he cannot just focus on their key players like Shock Linwood and their leading receivers. But if they use all their players combined, including their tight ends, I think that Bryce Petty and company could catch this defense for TCU off guard. Now, TCU's defense is one of the top defenses in the nation, averages allowing 13.5 points per game. And I really think if he uses all of his athletes around him, that will make TCU try to respect each and every one of those particular players. And this is going to be key for this matchup. Now, going on the defensive side, I think the best way to stop Trevone Boykin is to force him to run the football, not throw, but run. If he runs the football and he has the opportunity to run the football, when you hit him, you have to hit him hard. Hurt this particular player. This is a mean thing for me to say, but if he has to duck his shoulders and run the football, we haven't really seen how well he can perform running the football. He's been doing a great job throwing the football. Now, throughout his career, he has been struggling a little bit running as well as actually passing compared to running. But as far as this season, though, so far in their use of their spread offense, we're going to have to see what he can do running the football. If they force him to run the football, I think that's going to definitely affect them driving the ball down the field. So that's the best tip for Baylor's defense. Force Trevone Boykin to run the football, which means you might have to do some double coverages and just try to focus more on stopping the pass as opposed to stopping the run, because TCU is not as big as running the football compared to Baylor. Now, for this particular matchup, Baylor is actually one of the top points allowed defense in the nation, averaging 12, just a little bit over 12 points per game. But they have not been tested throughout the season thus far, and this is going to be a big test for them. Now, for this matchup, I'm still debating a little bit, but this is more of an ego trip for me. I picked Baylor as representing the Big 12 Conference, making it to the college football playoff in this particular matchup. And I am very scared to go with Baylor in this one, but I would actually stick with the Bears over the Horned Frogs in this matchup. So that is my selection. This is more of a pride pick. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not really trying to flip-flop too much this season in college football. I'm actually trying to stick who I believe will make it to the playoff, and I do have Baylor representing the Big 12 Conference. So I'm going to have to go with the Baylor Bears again over the TCU Horned Frogs. This game is going to be played at Waco. Yes, they do have the home field advantage, and this is a scary pick. I would not bet money on Baylor, but I'm just going to go with more of a pride/ego trip with this one. I'm going to have to go with Baylor Bears over the Horned Frogs, but this is going to be a tremendous game that everybody must watch come 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. This is going to be an outstanding matchup. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be on Monday, where I will give you a recap of Week 7 of the 2014 college football season. Thank you for watching today's vlog. From the Football Source, I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.